So I wanted to come on here and just have like, I don't know, like a rant or like a girl chat. I just wanted to talk about just dating in general. I don't know, just me entering like my 20s. I felt like dating has been a very interesting experience so far for me. It's taught me a lot about reminding myself of my self worth, not settling for less, and retaining that confidence that I can be with anybody. And you know, people have a guy has to earn me, and has to earn my trust, and that's just something that I've been thinking about for this past experience of dating. So I'm just gonna give you an example of my experience so far. I'm just gonna give it to you real. I'm just gonna give you the situation, how it went down, because at the end of the day, it was a learning experience for me. So I met this guy. I'm gonna kind of shorten it a little bit, just kind of shorten just the story a little bit. I met this guy at the club, and we were talking whatever, and it was just different how he made his approach with me. It was way different than what other guys would say, because you get the guys that be like, hey baby, you so fine, can I get your number, hey wifey, and all this other stuff. And I don't like that kind of attention. Like, I really don't like guys calling me baby, sexy, all that. It just feels like they don't really respect you, because they don't, if you really want to get to know somebody, you ask them, hey, what's your name? How are you doing? And they just kind of the respect, you can recognize from just a jump of how they speak that where their respect lies for someone, and if they're really serious about their interest in you. So I just was very intrigued by this guy and how he, approached me and everything like that. So I decided to, give my number out. I never actually give my number out in public. I always give them like an Instagram or something like that. Oh, but this guy, I gave him my phone number. So, we're kind of talking, whatever, things like that. And we had already in our conversation from the jump at the club what we were going to be doing, and our date and everything like that. So we go on the date. The date goes pretty well. He talks about his family. He's asking about my family. We're just having really good, deep, intellectual conversations. And if you guys are into the signs, I am into the signs. I'm not so much 100% have a belief in it, but I do feel like, you can pick up on some of the characteristics. Some of the characteristics are kind of true about the person. But this guy, he was a Taurus. Yes, a Taurus. And I'm a Taurus. So they say two Tauruses, like, they can work, but at the same time, like, we're gonna clash because we kind of are too much alike. And so when we're too much alike, it can kind of make things a little bit complicated, and it can, lead to some problems and some issues. We'll get to that later. And so we pretty much like the same thing, and we had really good conversations. But and also I have to mention, I think it's for both of the sexes, but I've read up on it that they say men are very, very sensual people. Like, the Taurus men are very sensual. He was a little touchy with me, at times and things like that. And, like, for me, my rule on dates is that on the first date, I'm not kissing you. I don't care how good it went, or how, nice you were, and how much we had fun, and how cute you are. I'm not kissing you. I'm just not. And so, like, I think he got that vibe that, like, oh, she's not playing, like, she's not gonna do it. And sometimes the problem with men is that they go out with the same type of females, and they treat every other female after that the same. And I think, like, guys really need to get out of that, because I don't treat every guy that I go out with the same. Like, I treat them however I'm receiving how they treat me, or, just who they are personally. I don't compare them to the other guy that I went out with or whatever. So, but that's the problem with men. So if we're going to talk about thoughts, or, hoes out here, like, basically if there's a hoe that he knows is a hoe, like, he's going to do whatever he can do or want to do to get to that point, right? And so I think that's the problem. Like, they treat girls the same way because they think that we're all like that, which is not true. So, just going back to the first kiss thing, I think every girl he's probably been out with has kissed on the first date, but not this girl. Not this girl. And so, and also I want to know where your mind is. Do you see me serious or not? Because, a kiss can lead to a lot of things. It can lead to a lot of things. And so for me personally, I date. When I'm dating, I'm not really casually dating. I'm dating to see if the person is serious about me and then where we can take it. But I don't put any labels on what we're doing until we both agree that we want to be serious and we want to be something. We want to be together, basically. Speed up the process a little bit. First date, didn't kiss him. We kind of held hands and done a little touching stuff, but nothing too big, right? And so, I kind of playing the hard to get thing. Ladies, this is what you do. You gotta play the hard to get. Hard to get, it works because it's like I didn't kiss him, so I kind of gave him just teasing him, text messages and stuff like that, but not like, see, when people think teasing, they think it's like sexual. It's not sexual. I think it's just flirting, just kind of just giving him something that he wants to ask for more. He wants to see more of. You keep the person intrigued, right? So I was just teasing him, and it led up to like a week after we went on that first date. We went on another date. He took me to like a really nice restaurant. And we had a good time. I had a good time again. He told me his favorite color was red, so I wore a red dress, and I felt really good about how everything was going. But and at the restaurant, Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade was there, and you can see the chefs cooking in this big box. It's a really nice restaurant. Like, I was really impressed. And so, but at the same time, like, I am the type of person where I don't care about materialistic things. I'm not a materialistic person, because that can be just something that you're just trying to hide. You're just trying to show me that you got this, you got that. And I know it's in a man's nature to kind of show a woman that he could provide for her, or he could like kind of like, you know, spend his money on her. And that's just not me. Like, I'm not going to be impressed if you buy me a Chanel bag or whatever. Because, at the end of the day, I like to buy my own shit. Like, excuse my language, but I like to buy my own stuff. I actually love to splurge on myself a lot. So it's kind of like when someone does that for me, I just want to know why, and what's your intention. And if it's from a genuine place, then like, I'm grateful, because I like to spend money on other people too. So I just want to know what's your intention, especially with guys. What's your intention? Like, the date went well and everything again, and but this is when the red flags started coming up. The red flag was that he took me to his apartment, and I'm just like, why are we going to your apartment? Like, I'm sitting in his car like, why are we going to your apartment? I'm trying to play it cool, whatever. And I start asking him, I'm a Christian woman, and I'm always looking into just strengthening my relationship with God. And it's good to let me know. It's good to know if a person has a relationship with God, or what's their religion, or if they have a religion. I don't discriminate, but my preference would be a Christian man, or someone that just believes in God and is on a path of good deeds, And he said that he doesn't really go to church like that, and that he doesn't know if he he believes in God, but he said that he doesn't know if he believes in a higher power, but he doesn't know if he can really strengthen his relationship. So I kind of feel like that was a red flag for me a little bit, because I'm like, like, I need a guy that's, either trying to better himself, or he loves God, believes in God, that kind of thing. But he didn't give me that vibe. He didn't say that, so I thought that was a red flag. And so I enter his apartment, and his apartment's nice. You know, he makes good money and all that kind of thing. And so he's telling me to sit on the couch and we're going to watch a show. And the show is Insecure. I never watched Insecure. And so we're just watching. So we're just going to watch the show. And I'm thinking to myself, this nigga think that he's slick. He gonna try to Netflix and chill with me. Like, I hope this is not where it's gonna go, because I'm going to get up and go. So, basically we're watching the episode. We went through one episode, and you know, I'm actually enjoying the show. I'm like, and he loves Issa Rae, so I'm so like shocked that guys like he like him as a man, like he likes the show. Because I know I hate to be sexist, but you know, guys sometimes will say that these kind of shows are so centered around women. They are centered around women, but you know, guys think it's really too feminine for them. And I was impressed that he likes the show, so I'm like, okay, like cool. And you know, it was going well and everything, and then we were watching the second episode, and you know, and I decided that, you know, this is the second date, it went well. If I kiss him, if we do something, like, it's cool, you know what I mean? So yeah, we kissed on the second date, and I'm not gonna give you all the details, but this is what happened that made me kind of like, wow, like I'm justified in what I'm doing. So basically, he was trying to get me so comfortable that I would stay over his house. Mind you, I'm in college. The next day I had a midterm to do, so I had to go home. So it's 9 o'clock. I gotta get home, you know, go to sleep. I have an 8 a.m. class, everything like that. I'm like, can you take me home? And he was like, yeah, sure, I'll take you home, whatever. And you know, we're still kind of like being kind of physical and stuff like that. And I clearly can see that he wants me to stay over. You know what I mean? He wants me to stay over. And I'm just like, nah, this is not going to happen. I know my self-worth. I'm not going to do it. And so as he clearly sees that I'm not going to do it, he basically is like, okay. Like, his vibe was just like, okay, whatever. And he's on his phone the whole time. I'm like, oh, come on, like, you know, so you're gonna take me home, whatever. He's silent. And I'm just like, wow, okay, so you're mad because I'm not going to go to that level with you on a second date? Like wow, so that's your intention. Your intention was just to wine and dine me so then you can get to what you wanted, so you didn't really like me in the first place. And as I reflect, I was just like, Unique, how you gonna expect so much? You guys met at a club, so what you thought? Like, what do you think it was about? But at the same time, like, I just felt good vibes from this guy, and I thought he really liked me, but he just really liked me for the physical features, not for me, what my values were, and just my self-worth. He didn't recognize or see my self-worth. But I walked out of his apartment with confidence and respect, because I was just like, it ain't gonna go down like this. Not on my terms. Not on my terms. So I got myself a lift and I went home. And the thing is that I know he doesn't respect me, or he doesn't really respect a woman, because as a man, you should have been checking on me to make sure I got home safe. He didn't even walk me down to the car. Like, yeah, be upset that it didn't happen the way you wanted it to, but at least be a man and just walk me down, you know, or make sure I was safe, because I was like in his apartment complex. I didn't know how to get out of his apartment complex, and it was nighttime, so I was standing outside until the lift came. So you are not, you know, you're not really concerned about my safety. That's a man that I do not respect. So that's a real big red flag. I was like, yeah, we're good. Like, we're definitely good. So speeding up the process, he didn't text me at all. Like, within hours after the date, he didn't text me at all. I was expecting an apology from him, but I guess he felt like there was nothing to be sorry about. He thought we were on the same level, that we wanted the same thing. Like, no, I wanted to talk and, you know, get to know you. Like, I still don't know you like that. But you know, unfortunately, it was his loss, not mine, because it wasn't. You know what I mean? So basically, he didn't text me after the incident, like after a couple hours, anything like that, within days or weeks. And let's speed up the process now. As of recently, this guy that I went on two dates with, he sends me a text message. He was like, "Hey, Unique," and like after the incident, I deleted that night. I deleted his text messages. I basically took him off my phone. Period. Like, we're done. You didn't apologize to me. You didn't make sure I got home safely. Like, none of that. Like, I'm done. So I didn't recognize the phone number. So I'm like, "Who's this?" And he says his name. And I'm just like, oh my God. Look what we got here. Texting me after 2 months. Okay. Okay. So it's either you realize now that like you possibly lost a good thing of being in a good relationship with me, or you and also you know that you fucked up, and or you just trying to see what I'm doing. Like, you just want to see what I'm doing. Am I thinking about you? Like, I'm not thinking about you at all. I was just laughing. I'm like, I'm gonna be petty as shit right now. I don't care. I'm about to be so petty because it's like, what? You know what I mean? And so I was just like texting him like, I don't know with his name in the text message. I'm like, I don't know who blank is. I don't know who you are, like that, with the thinking emoji from from text messages. And he was like, "Oh, you remember like at this restaurant, remember me? We went on a date." And I was like, "I don't recall." I was like, "I don't recall." And like, he didn't text me back after that. So he probably was like, "Oh yeah, she's definitely done with me. Yeah, you're canceled, my nigga." Like, oh, I already said it. My nigga, like, you are canceled. Like, you are canceled. So, like, you do me wrong, you're canceled, period. So, and I was just like, you know what? Like, I was just so proud of myself in that moment. Like, wow, any feelings I felt like I was being stupid, like, no, Unique, you made the right decision of walking out of that apartment like a classy woman you are. Because I am a beautiful, intelligent black woman who deserves to be respected and deserves to have a really great relationship. And I will stay single until I find that right person to be in a great relationship where I am valued and he sees me of value. You know what I mean? So I just wanted to talk on here and just have a little rant about how ladies, do never, ever in any situation forget your self-worth. Yeah, you're tempted. You're tempted at times with desire and temptation, but never forget who you are. Do not put yourself aside to fulfill somebody else's needs. Like, do not ever do that. And I learned that with a couple of my dating experiences. So dating in my 20s has been really educational, and it's been fun. I'm going on dates and eating good food and having good conversations, and it's really fun. And I get to dress up. The best part is dressing up, because I like to get myself, I'm always smelling good, but I like to get myself extra glowy, smelling good, hair looking all bomb, makeup popping. I like to look phenomenal for my dates. So, and like, even that night I went on a date with him, like, I was, man, that restaurant was really high end, and like, my dress was on point. Like, I was getting compliments from the waiters. Like, I knew eyes were on me. And so clearly, like, he lost a poppin' lady, okay? Because I am what? Unique, one of a kind. My parents did not make a mistake on naming me Unique, because that's a reminder to myself to never forget who you are, and you are special. You are different. And so don't let somebody treat you like you're regular, because you're not. You're different than the other girls that he's been seeing and using them as play toys, because I'm not a play toy. You know what I mean? And my body is a palace. There's only myself and whoever that is worthy enough to enter this palace. So this is a queen here, okay? My body is a palace. So, period. So I just want to get on here and let me get out of here because I'm ranting. I'm going off the charts now. So comment down below if you feel this, ladies. Like, I just felt like this is what a lot of girls go through. Like, that's why dating sucks. I really don't like dating like that. I don't like dating can be so draining. That's why I love just being single. Being single is so fun because it's just I'm just worried about self-growth within myself because I'm still growing as a person, as a woman. I'm still trying to battle insecurities I still have about myself, and I'm getting better. I'm doing really well, but I'm trying to get on a point where I can look in the mirror and be like, you are bomb, you are phenomenal. And I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I'm climbing up that ladder, but I'm not at that top yet. So I'm just working on myself. So being single is just a period for me where I am just having fun and self-growth, and yeah, and I'm 21. Like, I'm supposed to be having the time of my life, and people my age right now that I knew in high school, they're all parents. Like, I'm living my best life right now, being single, being in college, trying to get that bag. I'm going to be graduating spring 2021. So that's all. Everything else is kind of secondary. And if someone wants to come in my life and enjoy this experience or be with this experience with me, that's like a plus. So, you know. So thank you so much for watching this girl chat. I hope you guys like it. Comment below if you guys want me to do another girl chat on maybe self-love and maybe some like confidence tips that like maybe I've catched on, and maybe I can tell you about my story with depression and suicide. I can make a video on that. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you subscribe. Bye, guys.